It started like any other Tuesday. Too many emails, stale coffee, and a hum of fluorescent lights drilling into Brian's temples. He had worked at Draxon Technologies for 6 years, climbing the rungs from junior analyst to project coordinator. And while it wasn't his dream job, it paid the bills and made his mother proud. But at 12:34 p.m., halfway through his second slice of greasy pepperoni pizza, in the break room, everything changed. "Brian Keller?" A voice called from the doorway. He looked up, mouth half full, and saw 2 suits, HR and security, standing there like sentinels of doom. "Come with us, please." No reason, no warning, just a 10-minute meeting in which he was informed his role had been made redundant effective immediately, and a stack of papers was shoved into his hands. No goodbyes, no chance to clear his desk. As he walked toward the elevator, heart pounding and mind racing, the old receptionist, Miriam, the one with the snow-white bun and cat-shaped reading glasses, looked up from her crossword puzzle. She'd been there longer than anyone remembered, always quiet, always watching. She reached under the desk and pulled out a box. Not the cardboard kind they give you when you get canned, but something different. It was wooden, polished to a dark sheen, with a brass latch that gleamed under the lobby lights. On top, burned into the surface, was a single word in looping, ornate script. "Begin." She slid it toward him, glanced over her shoulder, then leaned in close. "Go," she whispered, eyes sharper than they'd ever seen before. Before they realized what you really are. Before he could ask what she meant, she was already back to her puzzle, penciling an obfuscate like nothing had happened. Out on the street, the spring air felt heavier than it should. Brian held the box like it might explode, or vanish. He sat on a nearby bench, opened a latch with trembling fingers, and peered inside. There was no bottom. The inside stretched into darkness, impossibly deep. A cold wind blew from within, rustling his hair. Then something flickered, a shimmer, like heat rising off pavement. Symbols carved into the edges began to glow faintly, and a soft hum rose up, vibrating through his fingertips. He should have thrown it away. Walked off, cried, called his brother. Anything. But he couldn't. He reached inside. The world around him rippled, folding like paper around fire. And suddenly he was somewhere else. A forest, but not quite. Trees that pulsed with light. Creatures with too many eyes darting between trunks. The sky above swirling with constellations he'd never seen before. And in his hand, still, the box. Except now it was open wide, and from it, a trail of light led deep into the glowing woods. In the distance, he heard a voice, familiar, though it echoed strangely. Miriam's voice. "You were never meant for cubicles, Brian. Keep walking. The truth is waking up." He took his first step into the unknown, heart hammering, the air thick with magic and memory. And behind him, far away now, the doors of Draxon Technology slammed shut, as if they'd never been there at all. The trail of light flickered like fireflies as he followed it, brushing aside vines that shimmered with dew and glowed faintly under his touch. Each step seemed to awaken the forest, trees leaning slightly in acknowledgement, wind whispering in a language his bones nearly understood. Brian stumbled over a root and caught himself on a tree that pulsed warmly beneath his palm. The bark shifted, softening under his touch, forming a pattern. An eye, open and watching. "What the hell is this place?" he muttered, glancing around. The box in his hand pulsed once, responding. He didn't know how he understood it. There were no words, but the meaning filtered through him like a memory he hadn't lived. This is the Borderwood, the place between stories, the place where lost truths wait. A rustle behind him made him spin. A creature stood there, tall, cloaked in silver leaves, its face obscured by a mask carved from bone and set with a single ruby at the center. It held a staff that hummed with the same energy as the box in Brian's hand. "You've opened a vessel," it said, voice like water over stone. "And now it will open you." Brian stepped back instinctively, but the box tethered him. He could feel it, humming with purpose now, as if it wanted him to listen. "Who are you?" "I am the Echo Keeper. I guard the paths between what is and what was forgotten. You have crossed the threshold. You cannot go back." "I didn't mean to cross anything," Brian protested. I was fired. I was eating pizza. Now I'm here, wherever here is. The Echo Keeper tilted its head. None of us ever means to wake. But once awake, you cannot return to dreams. The forest shifted again, trees whispering, light dimming slightly. Somewhere far off, a horn blew, low and mournful. The Echo Keeper stiffened. They've noticed. You'll have to move quickly now. The Fracture-born will come for you. The vessel has chosen, and that choice cannot be unmade. Brian's pulse pounded in his ears. Chosen for what? But the Echo Keeper was already fading, unraveling into strands of silver light that spiraled into the trees. In its place, only the staff remained, planted in the ground, humming with residual energy. Brian hesitated. Then he grabbed the staff. The moment his fingers closed around it, his vision blurred. A flash, a memory that wasn't his, a battle in a city of floating towers. A voice screaming his name, not Brian, but something older, a name forged in storm and time. The box flared in his other hand. A crack opened in the forest floor, and then the trees parted ahead, revealing a figure waiting at the edge of a mirror-smooth lake. They wore a cloak of feathers and shadows, face hidden by a veil of starlight. "Welcome home, Watcher," they said. Brian took a breath, the name echoing in his bones. He didn't know what it meant. Not yet, but he was going to find out.